Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos each time I upload. And if you are stopping across for the first time, you're highly welcome to my channel. I am Tessie by name. Consider subscribing. Thank you. So in today's video, I want us to look at some tips that will help us in our relationships, in our marriages, okay? Because a lot of marriages are having issues now. Even Christian homes are having issues. So I took my time to think about what the issue is. There are some minor things that we overlook that are really causing big problem in our marriages. A lot of couples, when they're having issues, when you listen to both of them, you can't even fish out the main thing that is the problem. It is just all these minor things that we overlook that always gives rise to issues. So I took my time to itemize some points here, which I'll be discussing with you guys. If you have other tips that you feel like I did not mention, feel free to make use of the comment section, okay? So the first point I have here is do not expose your partner's weak points, okay? By so doing, you are exposing yourself. Then the second one is to value your partner's parents. If you are a man, value your wife's parents. If you are a woman, value your husband's parents, okay? Your husband is not just marrying you. The parents, they've been with him before the marriage, okay? So you can't just come in and trying to separate that son from them. This is where issues used to come in from. Learn how to accommodate everyone. Learn how to accept everyone the way they are. That does not mean that your wife will not see you as her priority, or the husband, as the case may be. So always prioritize your wife, your husband, and still listen to your parents at the same time, okay? Learn how to balance things, because when you try to shift attention to your parents or to your wife, issues will start arising. Then the third point is spending quality time with each other. A lot of couples these days, they don't even have enough time to spend with them, okay? They don't create time for themselves. They're always busy pursuing careers, making ends meet. No time for the kids. First in the morning, mother will leave, father will leave, the kids will go to school. By the time the parents are back, they're already asleep, okay? You don't even have time to hear what your kids have to say. You don't have time for your partners. It's just to eat, go to work, come back. It keeps going on and on. No room for discussion. Even the little time we'll have, we'll be pressing our phones, we'll be busy connecting with people that are far from us. Whereas people that are within us in the same room, the same space, we don't even have enough time to communicate. So we have to learn how to, bring out time for ourselves. It's very important. Then the fourth one is don't be too rigid. There are some men that are too rigid. They are not flexible. Anything is always serious. They're always serious with everything. No time to play, no time for fun, outing, all these things. You need to apply them in your marriages, okay? Because this marriage is like an institution without graduation. So you don't need to make the journey boring. Always make every time count. Always have fun. Always play with your wife, with your kids, okay? So that is for the fourth point. The next point, which is the fifth point, is to invest on each other, especially in the spiritual aspects. Always pray for your wife, always pray for your husband, always pray for your partners, okay? Pray, because sometimes there are some things that when it is happening to your husband or your wife, you might be attacking him or her, but it is coming from the spiritual angle. So always intercede for each other. Then watch Christian movies together. It is very important. When you and your husband are watching the same movies, same Christian movie, both of you will learn. There are some messages that will be passed on. The husband will learn, the wife will learn, okay? But when you are watching alone, how will your husband improve or your wife improve in some aspects of her life? So always create time once in a while. Watch a particular Christian movie. If you don't have where to start from, there is this station called Mount Zion movie, okay? So you can learn a lot of things from that channel, okay? It's a very nice Christian movie channel where you can learn a lot of things that will help you in your spiritual aspects, okay? Then The seventh point is to always appreciate each others. We human beings, we always complain a lot. We don't even have time to appreciate ourselves. Talk more of appreciating our partners. Let's always appreciate ourselves, our partners, not seeing our weak points every time. Even if your wife is too bad, your husband is too bad, there must be some areas where he or she is good at. Compliment that person, okay? Appreciate the person's efforts. Even if you feel like your wife is a stay-at-home wife that is doing nothing, staying with your kids is not really easy, okay? So appreciate that fact that she is taking care of the children, okay? So appreciate. Then the 10th point is your spouse should be your priority. Like I've said before, always prioritize your husband, your wife before any other thing, okay? A lot of us, we worship our pastors, our priests, we respect them a lot than the way we respect our husband. Your husband, your wife should be your number one priority, then every other thing then follows. Then the 11th point is do not make negative comments about your spouse, especially in the public or before your kids, okay? Even if you are too angry, or he made you angry or she made you angry, as the case may be, learn how to sort it out when you guys are alone in the bedroom. Don't, out of anger, expose your wife or your husband, because what you call your husband or your wife is what people will call the person for you. So always learn how to control your anger when you are having misunderstanding, okay? Because whatever we are doing, our kids, whether they are still toddlers or grown-ups, they are learning from what we are doing. So learn how to control your anger. Then don't compare your partner. This is another thing that is causing major problems in marriages. You go to your female friend's house and see how the husband is petting the wife, and you expect your husband to pet you exactly the same way. It will not work out. There are some areas that your husband is also good, okay, that your friend's husband is not good at. So don't compare your family with any other family. Every family is unique, okay? The husband of Miss A might be washing clothes for her, and the husband of Miss B might not be washing clothes for her, but he's going to market for her. So say no to comparison is not even an option. Don't say that these people, he has bought car for his wife, you are still trekking. You don't need all those negative energy. Concentrate on yourself, concentrate on your home. Just be happy with the way your family is. Your family is a unique one, so there is no two families that will be exactly the same. The earlier we know this, the better for us. That is for comparison. Then let us also learn how to tolerate, to accommodate, and to sacrifice, because a lot of us, we are too rigid. We need to make an adjustment, because we were raised in different family background. You can't keep saying that this is the way we were taught, this is the way they do it in my father's house. This is a new family, okay? So you guys need to adjust and meet at a point that will be favorable to both the husband and the wife, okay? By so doing, things will get better. Then another problem is a lot of couples, they hide things from each other. There are some husband and wife that they don't have access to each other's phone, and they are comfortable with this lifestyle. This is unhealthy, okay? If you have anyone that you can confide in as a married person, it should be your partner, okay? So telling me that your wife cannot have access to your phone, or that your husband cannot have access to your phone is not healthy. This is marriage. It's not friendship. It's not something you can do for a while and stop. So say no to private, whatever people have should be in common. Let there be openness, so that everybody will be happy. You will not be bearing grudges or feeling like I'm not okay, I'm not free in this house. Let everything be known. If you're in a relationship before you get married, let your husband, let your wife know about it before it starts spoiling things. A lot of husbands, they are still battling with the ex-girlfriends. A lot of wives today, their ex-boyfriends are still threatening them. The earlier you make all these things known to your partner, the earlier the solution to the problems. You can't keep hiding all these things from each other. Let each other know what you are passing through, confide in your husband, confide in your wife, tell him or her everything. You guys are now husband and wife, and then things will unfold. Okay, so men, always love your wife. Okay, and we women, let's always be submissive, because this is where the problem is coming from. A lot of us, we love our husband, but we hardly submit to them. We argue over every little thing. Whatever they say, we would like to, argue with them. And men, they always feel in charge. In fact, they are in charge. Okay, so when you are trying to like argue with them or trying to bring your own idea, okay, you are free to suggest to them, then allow them to do the one they feel like. When they go wrong, they will say the reason and they will make you turn. Okay, so let's always acknowledge the fact that they are the head, and we are always free to suggest things to them. Don't impose it on them. Don't just be on your own lane. Okay, because by arguing with them every time, they will be tempted to start beating. Some men, beating is not their nature, but the way we run our mouths, we women, by the time they will say one, we've said five. From there, he will raise hands on us, and sin, give birth to sin. From beating to other things will now follow. Okay, so let's always learn how to love our wives, and then be submissive to our husbands. Then don't share your partner's love or affection with anybody. If you are a man, don't cheat on your wife. If you are a woman, don't cheat on your husband. Okay, because once that trust issue is there, once there is a crack on the wall, the marriage will still continue, but it will not be like when it started. So let us know where we are not getting it right, okay, and try to adjust. So if you have any other thing that I have not mentioned in this video, kindly drop it in the comment section. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.